You remember what we spoke about yesterday? No? What did we speak about yesterday?
It's all
How to
about
give
the
compliments.
smile. It's all about the reaction.
The atmosphere.
Love really is.
How to show love, yes.
How to show love.
How to show love for children the
Encouragement.
proper way.
Good, good. Baruch Hashem. You there?
To notice the unnoticeable, Rabbi.
Ah,
To notice the unnoticeable. When the kids are really well behaved, we should compliment them then.
when they, no. I said,
No, Rav?
usually when we compliment them when they're doing something good, and when we're
Right.
criticizing them when they're doing something not so good. How about in
Right.
between?
So usually we don't notice the unnoticeable. We just, if they're quiet, we don't say anything.
Exactly. And
So
that's
noticing the unnoticeable.
where we get hit. Right there. Now, let me ask you. You're going to be the judges now. You're coming to your child and you pinch him kacha, from love, but you're pinching and it hurts. And you say, you're so sweet. So sweet. And the child says, I, it's hurting me. What happened? What happened? Can somebody analyze for a second what did I say now?
You're showing the love.
The pleasure belongs to the parent. The pleasure belongs to the parent for squeezing the baby or the child. The parent gets a pleasure and the baby gets a boo-boo, but it wasn't meant out of hate or to make somebody, to make the baby get hurt. It was just out of, sweetness.
And
So it wasn't
and
intentional.
it would be bad if they associate pain with loving gesture, with love. That wasn't the intention.
Let me ask you a question. Would you want your husband to give you love his way or your way?
Your way. So the way the parent is giving the love is their way, not the way the child wants it.
We understand love a child is to kacha. That's why we love chicks, Kaile, So we have something to pinch. But who said that the child, he loves it? Maybe for him, Behemet, it's painful. A positive communication means only if the receiver enjoying what you're giving him. Then we can communicate. Then I can understand that you're doing it out of love. At the moment, you think that you're loving your child and the child thinks, Mommy is hurting me. How many times do you want to kiss a child and the child says, no, please, no. Why not?
They already know what's coming.
They know already. So, if you want to show love in a successful way, you do something that the child will relate to it. And he will understand that this is, now I feel that mommy or daddy, they love me. Meaning we have to talk his language. And it's no less than a husband and wife, Many times the husband will think that they love their wives and they're doing things and they're ready to swear that everything that they do is because they love their wife. Why she don't feel it? Why she don't feel it? Why she keeps complaining?
Because he's reciprocating the love the way he enjoys it, not the way she wants it.
How many times did I speak about it? Huh? How many times?
Many, many times.
When you love someone, you give him what he needs and what you want to give. So, I'll give you example. Ima wants to show love to the child. She decided to make him Popeye. Popeye the sailor. She did for him something from spinach. Spinach. And the child, for him, is a poison, this spinach. But Eva says, I love you. It's good for you. It's good for your health. But he wants a candy. Now, do you mean good? What the
Yes,
child
Rabbi.
think?
What's wrong with my mother? Why is she doing this to me?
Yeah.
It doesn't worth to be good. When I'm bad, I get whatever I want. When I'm good, she want to give me spinach. So I'll react. When he will get a candy? Mommy, 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 mommy. And then take a candy, leave me alone already. I can't tell you. Say, oh, you see? When I'm bad, I'm get a candy. When I'm good, I'll get a spinach. And that's exactly what happened. Okay. You have to understand that love, it's an emotional experience. It's not, it's something emotional. You want to give him spinach because you understand that spinach is good for his health. He doesn't care. He wants candy now. Another one. Ima, let's see what you're going to say now. Today I had a difficult day, and I'm warning you, it's worth it for you to listen to what I say. I don't have patience today. I'm in a bad mood. You come and help me right now. I don't have koach to deal with all your craziness. What's the message over here? What's the message? It's the kid's fault?
No, it's like mommy doesn't love me today because she had a rough day.
Okay, you are in a bad mood. Your husband comes home. He will get it. Say the truth. He will get it.
Yes.
He said, but why did I have to suffer that you have a bad mood? What did I do?
Rabbi, wrong place at the wrong time.
Again, Okay. We all having mood swings, especially ladies having mood swings, like the weather in New York. It can change 4 or 5 times a day. But why the husband has to suffer from your moods? Keep your moods to yourself.
But Hashem created us like that. Why did he make us like that? Why couldn't he just make us calm?
Okay, imagine you have a doctor, she's a lady. Okay, and you're about to give birth. She's in a bad mood today. She just came from home fighting with her husband. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Why? Now, she's a lady. If she is professional, she leave all her moods and everything else in the pocket. Okay, now we have a job to do. But if she gonna bring her emotions into the delivery room, I don't want to be there. I feel bad for the lady that had to give birth now. Is it fair? It's not fair. Ima, she is in a bad mood. She fought with this one, she fought with that one. But your kids are coming home, show them love. Many times we are a nervous wreck, we have no patience, and we exhausted. I know that. My question is, why the kids have to suffer from this?
Rabbi, we're different women.
Ma,
We are different. Our feeling towards our kids is like our kids is like part of our body.
no,
Whatever emotion we have, they feel it. Like it's not in our hand not to show. If we are upset, they feel it, they see it.
why they should see it?
But it's like one eye hurts, the other eye will feel it. It's like that. I don't know, or maybe I feel like that.
Okay.
Like my kids are part of my body.
Okay, so in every problem that you have, they have to also be miserable along with you. That's what you're saying?
But now, no, I'm saying that they feel it. They feel it. Even if I don't want to show it, they feel it. They see it in my eyes.
So now, if you're responsible
Yeah.
and you don't want the kids to suffer, one second. I'm in the shiur.
Okay, when was the last time you spoke to Ima?
I went to sleep.
Yeah, I know. When did you speak to her?
8 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
The fathers are different. They don't show their emotion as much as we show.
Because they know how to keep quiet.
Yeah.
Actually, they love to keep quiet.
Yes.
But again, we're asking why our kids acting. I want to show you why they're acting. I'm going now to practical, day by day in our house. You can be in a bad mood. You had a bad day in school, or you had a bad day at your workplace. Maybe a bad day with your husband. Maybe your hormones are going up and down. I don't know. Yeah? We don't have this. But you have kids. And when they see you in a bad mood, they feel that mommy hates me. They don't know what's going on. Do they know? Do they understand?
No.
No. So they don't know what they did that Ima, she's so upset today. And we're taking away their self-confidence. They don't know. So my advice to all of you, even if you, I don't know what, you are in a stormy mood, teach yourself to speak calmly, with a smile on your face. You want to call it acting? Call it acting. I'll buy it from you. Be an actor. Welcome to Broadway. Be an actor. Oh. What happened to an actor if she's in a bad mood today? Now she has to perform.
She has to leave that at home and perform.
Imagine she is coming to the show and she is saying to the producer, I'm not able to perform. Get out of here. I'm in a bad mood now. Find me a substitute. Can we do it?
No.
Or fire on the spot.
Right away, they're going to tell her, Giveret, nice to meet you. Shalom. He has to come, smile, hey, woo, leave everything for after the show. If you care for your kids, if you want to show them love. Okay, so let's analyze this one now. Ima talking to her daughter. And she is smiling from ear to ear. And she's saying to the daughter, Shoshana, look. What a tower Binyamin is building. Very nice one. And she's smiling from ear to ear. Can you analyze it? What went on here?
Mom praised somebody else.
In front of his sibling.
No.
That's like an invitation to break the tower. A spiteful child would say, oh, you said something nice about my sibling? Let me go break it.
That's how you're going to analyze it?
No,
I
Rabbi,
think she's
Ma?
no, Rabbi, I'm just saying sometimes kids would do that out of jealousy because somebody else was praised and in front of another child. Sometimes kids can get jealous of one another. And that can be one of the reactions, which is not, the mother probably, I'm sure didn't mean,
I'll tell you where Shoshana will be jealous. When Ima will say, Binyamin, you're building such a nice tower. I'm so proud of you. And like Shoshana is not existing Bechlal. That will invite jealousy. But if Ima talking to Shoshana first, smiling at her, showing her a very nice, positive face, he says, Shoshana, look what Binyamin is doing. Meaning Ima with one bullet,
that's who.
she killed 2 birds.
Rabbi, because she got the other child involved as well, right?
Exactly.
Smart.
That's what you have to do. She didn't do anything in order to gain a smile and everything else. She became Ima's now company friend.
Friend.
Look what he's doing. And Ima is smiling at her. And she's not talking directly to Binyamin. She's talking to her. Very good. Okay.
Kodab, wouldn't it be better to say to the older child or to whoever child that she was talking to before to say, the kid learned from you to do it? Because I know for my kids, if I compliment one of my kids' creations, they would say, no, mine was better. Did you see mine? So they become really competitive. And then the younger kid kind of gets jealous, like, oh, mine is not as good.
Meaning they
You know?
sending you a message that you not compliment them enough.
I even take pictures. No, they are really creative and I love it. I actually take pictures with them in the picture. So I still don't compliment enough, you think?
You see, Ima did something very smart and very good. Shoshana now playing a role for Ima. She's not a child. She is like a child, a friend. She is sharing with her what the brother is doing. And Ima smiling at her, looking at her like we're two friends sitting with a coffee and they talking to each other.
Mm.
You don't know even what you're building over here. Something very good. So she was interacting with Ima on a positive note. Binyamin got what he needs, a praising because he is doing something that is good. Ima gave attention to two kids in one shot. So smart. You see, now we're going to the small details by details, which bichlal we don't pay any attention.
Rabbi, that's very strategical.
Ah,
It's very strategical to be a wise mother. Creates strategies. I would never think of that. Rabbi shared it, so now I understand it.
now you understand. Very good.
What if you feel like by you saying that the other child might take it offensive and think that you're trying to point out that the other one is not like that?
Well, what do you mean?
If you want to give the other child a compliment for, I don't know, running to do a mitzvah or something, and you want to say, oh, you look how nice she looks, the other one is by running to do a mitzvah. Isn't it great? Like, the other one might feel that you're saying this because you're trying to point out that the other one didn't do that.
Why?
I don't know.
It depends how you approach the child that you want to praise the other one.
Okay.
You see, the child that you're approaching have to feel that Be'emet he is important. Ima wants to share something with him. As you said, look, your brother is building something very nice. What do you say? It's nice? Meaning, he's becoming like a friend to you now. You're consulting with him,
It's very smart. Yeah.
which is very nice and smart,
Nice. Yeah.
very smart. Actually, this is the technique that we use to lower much the competition between the brothers. That's the technique. we're telling the other one that he is, we're talking to him like adult. Telling, your brother, look what he's doing. What do you think? It's nice? Should we compliment him? What do you say?
Can you talk to two adults brothers like this?
No. No.
Is that building
And you're teaching the child to be sameach, to be happy in the happiness of his brother.
Right.
We have to think how to take away the competition all the time. Because if we're not going to do it when they're small, when they'll grow up, they'll stay in a hidden competition.
Rabbi, can I ask a question on that note?
Yeah.
Is it okay with children to make like races, let's see who's going to finish first? Or is that building more competition against children amongst each other? Like, let's say in the morning, oh, let's see who's going to get dressed first. It's a Shalem Rechaim. And then it's like, like competition. Is that a good thing to do with little kids, or is that not good with siblings? Not good, Rabbi?
I will not do it.
How can we encourage them to?
You just have to sing them Zrizim Magdimim LeMitzvot.
Who's going to be quick to do the mitzvah, to grab the mitzvah?
Hashem is watching all of us, including you.
Can we say that, let's see who gets dressed in 5 minutes? It's not like you're comparing each other. You're just comparing them to time.
Hashem is waiting. Hashem is waiting. Who is going to be the first one to get a mitzvah?
So is that also kind of building competition? Who's going to grab the mitzvah, Rabbi, or it's not?
No.
Okay. How?
No. You're teaching them how to be quick to do mitzvot.
What if it's not a mitzvah? It's just get dressed and go downstairs,
To go downstairs to listen to you, it's a mitzvah. Every move.
Every move we turn into a mitzvah.
It's a mitzvah.
But don't the kids know the schedule of their busing? Like they know that at this time the bus is coming. So if they're going to miss it, then there's no way to go to school. So doesn't that encourage them to dress up early because they know that the bus is coming?
Don't you know that your husband will come home? Why are you upset when he's late? Don't you know that your husband loves you? Why do you have to tell it to you 20 times a day?
No, like my kids, Baruch Hashem, they know their schedule. They know that at a certain time the bus is coming, so they have to be ready by the time. Like with my son, it's different because he knows at 7 o'clock Abba is coming from shul, so 7:15 he has to be out of the house.
Don't you know the schedule of your husband?
That's different. I'm just saying, like my kids, they know the schedule, so they don't give me a hard time. When I tell them to wake up, they wake up right away, wash their face, start dressing up because they already know they're out, how it works, the routine. No?
We have to make the routine excited. Do you want the relationship with your husband to be routine?
No, it gets dry and boring. It gets dry and boring.
Even the kids, we have to take him to Orlando in order to light up the excitement a little bit.
Rabbi, I haven't seen my kids like this all together in a long time because, the house, they're all hiding in their own rooms. They're doing their own thing. It takes a vacation to really, because it's a smaller, a room, and we do things together. It takes a vacation to really spend time with kids, honestly. You're right.
You can do it at home very well, I promise you. Okay?
When Shabbat is over, my kids tell me, okay, Ma, see you next Shabbat. The minute
Why?
we finish Havdalah, they're like, okay, family, see you next Shabbat.
But
No,
I wanted to ask you, are we allowed to say stories about ourselves and how we were when we were kids, let's say? Or is it putting, let's say, the kids down?
depends what you want to say.
Okay, because let's say like, they have the chores of cleaning up the table and things like that, you know, especially on Shabbat. And so I would tell them, you know, when I was a kid your age, I used to do this without my parents even telling me anything, you know? I
Oh,
noticed
the
we're
kids
done
don't
eating.
like it. Don't say it. Why?
Yeah, I made that mistake. My kid's like, well, you were weird. Like, no, come on. So how,
You
so
know,
these
when
stories,
my kids made problems in school, like any other child,
Mhm.
I told them, you know, I'm not upset at you because I wasn't better than you are.
Mm.
So I cannot get upset at you. But let me tell you something. It doesn't worth it. I know how it feels. Now you're popular, everybody making jokes and everything. But at the end,
So we
so
need to relate to them and then from there kind of
exactly. I told
change.
them, I know. Let me tell you what I did to my Rabbein. And they sitting there. How about that's what you did? Yes.
You're not giving them ideas?
No. I told them, I understand you. You're a child. I understand. I was a child too. You have to
Okay,
get into the head. You know, you have to get.
right. Because my mom used to do the same thing to me. She used to tell me how she was. And I used to look up to it. You know, I used to try to strive to be like that, you know? So here it was kind of switched. But I understand. I'll switch it around. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So now, if Ima will say to Binyamin, you building such a nice tower, this Shoshi, why she complimenting him and not complimenting me? Right away, they start to compare how she said that, when she said that. To me, she's not talking like that, probably because he is a boy and I'm a girl. You know, all kind of things will start to raise. Start with her. And then you go here.
Rabbi, as far as like, let's say, you know, she was talking about dishes and house chores and things like that.
Yeah.
If I tell my kid that, you know, like I need your help with the dishes or whatever, and they're like, no, I haven't had time to play. I only have 2 hours left. I'm tired. I want to play. What do you do with that?
You prepare already from the beginning of the week. Who is going to be in charge this week of washing dishes? Somebody will be in charge of sweeping the floor. Someone will be in charge to fix the table, and so on. They know already. You cannot come to them after they eat and say, okay, we have to wash dishes. This was not on the agenda. So of course, they'll find you 55 excuses not to do it. Why should they do it?
It's true.
I told you many times. My mother from Wednesday already prepared us for Shabbat. 5 Israeli boys. You can imagine what went on there, right? You don't have Israeli boys. You have American boys. Spoiled. We were jumping from the tree all the way down on the head. On the head. Yeah. Our games was to throw stones at each other. Well, בכלל, you know. But my mother always said to us, boys, I'll do whatever you want me to cook for you, I'll cook for you. What you like, this, I'll do everything for you. But when come Shabbat, please, I want you to behave. I was the youngest one then. I didn't have my sister yet. I was like 8 years old. I remember. Like today, I remember. From Wednesday, she started to prepare me. She said to me, you know, I'm working so hard. I want to enjoy my Shabbat. Can you sing for Ima? Can you sing for Ima? Only one song. I said, okay, Ima, okay. Wednesday night, the same thing. I want to enjoy my Shabbat. Please don't forget to sing for Ima when I'll tell you to sing. Okay, Ima. Thursday morning again. Thursday night again. Friday morning again. Friday afternoon before she lighting candles again. What do you think happened now? I know already what I have to do. I have no surprises. We were prepared. My brother, the older one, he was in charge of sweeping the floor and mopping the floor. He knew this was his job. The second one, his job was to be the inspector. Each one knew his place, and my mother prepared everybody. You see, our problem is, if you have to go to occasions, let's see, when you're telling your child that you're bringing a babysitter,
That night.
We say it several days before, thanks to the Rov's
week before.
recommendation.
pתאום the child see, Abba came early today. Oh, מה קרה? Why is he so early today? פתאום אמא going ככה, they smell cologne and everything. And the child says, Ima, where are you going? He said, oh, we're going to a wedding. Don't worry, I called Rachel. You like her. She's gonna be the babysitter tonight. Be my guest. The kids say, ah, now you're telling us. Be prepared. How many times your phone will ring? How many times? It's my son. Yes, Moshe.
You in the shir?
Yeah,
Okay, you doing okay? Let's go see if you're okay.
yeah. I'll call you back.
Bye.
My kids, everybody wants to know that I'm fine.
Is that the inspector one, Rabbi?
Ah,
Is that the inspector one?
they're all respectful. Baruch Hashem. Okay. So, you cannot do this to a child. Child, you have to prepare in advance. imagine your husband coming home and he is in a hurry. Huh? Where you going? And my friend had tonight a birthday is for men only. You staying home? I'm going. What are you gonna do? How come you didn't tell me? Or do I have to tell you everything? What, you FBI? Is he right? Is he right?
No.
Of course
No.
not.
Why not?
He didn't prepare her.
Do I have to tell you everything?
They're a team, they're one unit.
So the child said, do you love me? Why didn't you prepare me? I'm not
So
a
Rabbi,
furniture.
when we're dealing,
I'm not a furniture. And that's what happened with us. Okay? So, Oksana, if you want something from your children, prepare them in advance. Don't come in the middle of the war and say, okay, Rabotai, who is going to do what? It's too late.
Got it. Thank
Good.
you, Rabbi.
Very good.
Rabbi, can you offer the children some incentives, like some kind of treats if they were going to do something that you want them to do?
Before, everything before.
Yeah, but can you like promise them if you do this, I'll give you, like, for example, a candy or like something that they like. Would that be right?
No. I'll tell you what, yes. Let them do it. And then out of nowhere, without any promise, without no blackmail, no manipulation, like half an hour after the child did what you wanted him to do, you're coming out of nowhere and you tell him you deserve a candy. And that's it. And leave the scene. You don't know what you're doing to the child. No briberies, no manipulation, no klum. You do what I told you. I'm your mother. Kibud av va'em, you have to do. And then, later on, out of nowhere. Chaim, come here. Yes, mommy. Misken is hard to say, who knows what she wants now. פתאום she tell him, come here. Mommy wants to give you a kiss, and this is for you, a candy. That's all.
Kavod Rav, what
Yeah.
happens if a child after that, he gets used to that and then he always wants a candy after he does something?
They don't get used to this. They get used to bribery. If you're going to tell them, if you do this, I'll give you this, then they get used to it.
Got it. Thank you.
Well, that someone is asking if allowance should be given to children for completing chores, or is it also like the candy example?
Allowance?
Yes, for completing chores.
It's been said already in advance, or what?
I don't know. It was in the messages. Someone's asking. I guess they can't speak right now. So they're asking if allowance could be given for completing chores, or is it like the candy example? So I don't know the details.
So if you promise, so you stick to your promises.
In general, does the Rav believe that children should be given money for things?
I give you money,
Is there an age?
any age.
Oh, wow. Really?
That's what my daughter asking the same thing.
Oh, so
today.
someone followed up on this question saying
What
child
are
is
you gonna give
asking
me?
for it.
You see, I'll tell you, my grandchildren, I said, I want to hear the parasha, what you have to say. They said, I said, wah. So why this and why that? And we discussing everything else. Okay, fine. Motzai Shabbat, before they leave, out of nowhere. Before they leave, mamash, they by the door. I said, wait. Saba wants to give you something. Pitom, their eyes will open up. Okay, I give them each one $5. And the kids open up their eyes and say, oh, Saba, thank you. I said, because you said the parasha is so good and you behaved so good, Saba wants to give it to you. Now you can go home.
So next Motzei Shabbat, well, next Shabbat, they're gonna try to say the parsha very good, and they're gonna expect you to give them something, no?
Rabbi, my father always says to my kids, you help my daughter, I'll pay you money when I come. And you know, they put the whole week and they wait for grandpa to come Sunday and give them money.
Okay.
And you pay back. But they say, you see, I help your daughter.
Not my daughter, your mommy.
No, because people like you guys, grandparents, you buy them with the money. So they want money.
Okay, good.
Well, the question with the allowance, she just followed up saying the child is asking for it because that's how his friends do their chores. So she's asking if allowance could be given for chores because of this reason.
If this is the case, yes, by all means, yes.
What if you hear from children that when they do have some money, I know this is way, way off what we were talking about, but if they do have a couple of dollars, they feel very like powerful, like, oh, it's okay, I could buy it myself. I don't need you to give me, or I don't need you to get it for me. That's where it throws me off with the money, the whole money idea. Like, I feel like it becomes a little bit chutzpah or ungrateful, where they'll be like, and I'm talking about little kids, where they'll be like, oh, I don't need you, like I can get it myself.
First of all, a kid will never spend his money.
Yeah.
That's true.
They're testing you.
Right. I guess it's the talk that bothers me more than anything.
Okay, that's it. I will tell them, by all means, go buy yourself whatever you want.
And if they do, what if it's one of those that does spend the money?
I know they will not.
Is this like a general rule?
In advance, I know
No
that.
child spends their money.
They do.
No, my kids
They do. My
They're
son, he
hesitant, but they
does.
do.
Kavod
My
Harav.
son, he does. Yep.
Yes.
Kavod Harav. My son, he had a what's it called?
Hanukkah
In school,
party.
he had a carnival, and we gave him money for the carnival to spend it. Not only did he not spend his money, what he did was he bought something and sold it for more.
That's a bizarre.
And then we see he has so much money, and we're like, where'd you get all this money from?
So Chaim, believe it or not, my son actually collected money for his birthday, for the Hanukkah. He put it aside. So yesterday was his sister's birthday. And guess what? She wanted to have a new rabbi's book, Rabbi Yosef. So he bought the book and he made her a surprise. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, Banana, how did you know I want this book?" It's like, "Because he said he wanted." So he spent his money for his sister's birthday present.
That's very nice. That's extremely nice. That's what we want.
So if the child has money, are you supposed to let him use it whenever he wants? Because I don't normally, like, I have to give them approval before they can use it even. Is that the wrong thing to do?
What does he want her to buy?
I don't know, like gum and things that are not really healthy, and then like toys whenever he wants. But I use it more like a reward. Like if you deserve it, I let you use it type of thing.
So if you're using it as a reward, you want to tell him what to do now with the reward?
Well, the money wasn't given to him as a reward. The money was given to him just for the sake because it was his birthday or something, the in-laws or whatever, you know, like it wasn't really approved by me to begin with.
Okay, so if you set up the rules, what we allowed to buy in this house and what we not, so they have to follow the rules. Do they know the rules?
Well, they kind of got the gist when I keep saying no. But the point is, do I let them use it even on things that are okay?
I'm
Or-
asking a question.
What?
Do our kids know clearly what they allowed and what they not allowed, or they assuming, or they saying probably when mommy she's upset, she says no. When she'll be in a better mood, she says yes.
So I should let them use it? I don't know. They just know that I have to give permission.
Again, you have to sit with your husband, come up with a plan, what the kids allowed to and what the kids are not allowed. This is how you conduct
Mm-hmm.
every normal institution, including your house.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Makes sense.
Okay, very good.
So is it good to stay away from that if the child is not like used to it?
What do you mean?
I mean, like you said that you do give money to the children, but is it just better not to do it overall?
What?
Can I like if my child is not used to that type of way of getting incentive or getting money for what he does, right?
Yeah.
Should I just not start him with that, or
Don't start.
I got you. Okay, so but do you recommend it that we do, or if we don't do it, we don't? It's better.
Depends on the child, you know.
Can you explain what do you mean? Like it depends on the child.
Some kids they couldn't care less for money. Some kids, everything over here is money.
Right.
Rabbi, maybe because the parents made it so important for them. For every homework, they gave him $1. That's why the kid came out very greedy about money. Is that why?
Money is already on top of all the this and that and everything else. That's what they need, actually.
Rabbi, but even the adults, even us, we are motivated by money. I wouldn't go to work if they wouldn't pay me.
Of course not.
So I think that builds up a child's motivation when they get at least something.
The best motivation is love and careness.
Yeah, I think so.
But if we're gonna start giving them money for chores, let's say, right? You do the dishes, I give you this much. It feels like at the end of the day, they're not gonna want to do anything for free. So when it comes to, let's say, helping your grandma or something like this, they're not gonna want to do it. It's like, you know what I mean? Because at work we're
Or
used
they're
to
gonna
getting
ask.
paid.
They're
for
gonna ask
everything.
how much are you gonna give me for that?
Yeah,
Okay,
it doesn't make
so
sense
if
to
this
start
is the
that.
case, that's why. Okay,
That's gonna be the case.
if this is the case, if he has a friend that everybody comes and say, I got this and this because I washed dishes, and he hears from the other one, he got $10. This one got $5. And he is going with empty pockets, right? we have to think, how to tackle this problem. Because if everybody yes and knows, that's not going to work.
But isn't
Slave
wrong
labor.
to tell you, sir, isn't wrong to tell the kid, whenever you need it, I'll buy it for you for your birthday? Or whenever you need it, I'll buy it. Because we buy the kids anything, whatever they want anyhow, most of the time. As long as it's reasonable. Like, do we need to pay them? It just feels wrong to me.
Why? By the way, if you forgot, your kid's going to school,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And they in class maybe with 24 or 23 other kids. And they hear things.
Yeah, but some kids have phones. Some kids, you always have one kid that really is irritating too because the parents give them everything. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you can't
Well,
just be
if it's one or two, we can deal with that. But if it says most of the classrooms all get allowance, so you have a job to do.
A common question. Is it okay to reward a child if, let's say, the child brings 90 and above for the test? Are you allowed to reward the child with $1 or $2 just because he got a high grade? So that gives him more empathy to study when the test comes. This way he's sort of participates
But
in getting
it's
a good
not
grade.
something that was on condition. It's coming out of nowhere.
No, like just you mentioned right now, like he has a friend where they get rewarded from the parents when they get higher grades on the test. Like they get a $2 or $2. So the child comes and says, Ima, my friend got $2 because he got let's say 95 and 100. The parents give him like $1. Wouldn't you consider that as giving it to him also just because he has encouragement to get a high grade?
That's okay.
Okay, thank you.
That's okay.
My father used to he used to give it to us when we used to ask him. I used to ask him in the morning before school. I used to ask him for money and he would give me. There will be no allowances. Is that a better way to do it?
If you need to buy, sometimes you don't like the lunch. I don't know what. So
right. He used to tell me, you just don't buy cigarettes. And that's it. Every time, I would ask him, every time I needed it. This way I didn't feel like I needed an allowance. And I would do whatever I needed to do without asking for money because is that a better way to do it? To tell the child, if you need money, let me know. I mean, obviously a certain age, right?
Yeah, in certain ages.
Okay.
Okay.
Harab?
Yeah.
Yeah, one question. If you give that incentive to the kid, at some point, doesn't it backfire and the kid says, I won't do it until you pay me?
What?
At some point, the kid will come and say, I won't do this chore until you pay me. No?
Okay, so we're gonna switch modes and it says you have to do it because you obligated to kibud avayim. If that's the language that you want, that's how we're gonna talk. You should not let your kids to manipulate the situations.
Okay. Thank you.
When you see it, you have to cut it off on the spot, otherwise it will go on. Things like that should not happen.
Rav, you said earlier to give them a candy and a surprise. What if you give one but not the other?
What?
What if you give it to one kid but the other kid you can't give because they were not behaving? What happens then when the other kid starts crying?
Let him cry. That's good for him. Maybe he'll be a singer.
We can't.
The
But
child
that
that
creates
did,
disunity, no?
no. 1 second. The child that listened to you and he did what you wanted him to do. You know, you don't reward them on the spot. I told you, wait like half an hour and go. And by the way, when you're passing by, say, Chaim, you give him a kiss, give him a candy, he says, that's for mommy. Don't say why.
But then she might go and tell my other daughter, "Oh, I just got candy from mommy," and then the other one's gonna come and start asking, "Am I allowed to give or no?"
Why did you give her? Why didn't you give me? Because I told her what to do and she did it. And she didn't ask me like you asking me now. I gave it to her on my own.
Okay, thank you.
I know it takes time to explain, time which we don't have, and patience that we don't have. But in these cases, you need a lot of patience. A lot.
Rav?
So should we explain it or just say no?
You should explain, of course.
Okay.
Raham, I have a question. I'm so sorry.
1 second. Let me move a little bit forward. If I'll move forward, maybe things will clear up. Now, we always doing chesed with our kids. Yes?
Yes, Rav, yes.
Good. Now, why the kids don't see that Ima worried about is, for example, clothing. She prepared them their clothing, they get dressed, and they don't see it as chesed.
Is it because I deserve it, Magieli? I mean,
They don't feel the love there. How can we make something routine like getting a dress something very exciting? Okay, let me talk to the ladies for a second. How about if you're getting this and pitom your husband is coming from the back and he wants to close a little bit the zipper that was a little bit open. He said, now it's okay. And he is not accustomed to it. He don't know even what you're wearing. Did it make you excited?
yeah, it's nice.
Of course.
Yes.
Pitomi paid attention. How about if the kids, they get in dress in the morning and Ima comes and says, come, Tzadik Shili, bo. Come. Ima says, I like the shirt so much. And she put the button in, she is helping him to button. He can do it by himself. But Ima not, no כבר, Move already. What taking you so long? The bus is coming already. This a child will hate you for this.
But Rahman, what if it's the opposite? Like you're trying to approach your child and you tell her, let me batten you. I love doing it. And she says, Ima, I know how to do it myself. Ima, I got it. Don't worry. Like she sort of wants to do it on her own. What do you do in that spot? You push yourself off and let her do it by herself now?
You don't tell her what you're gonna do.
Yeah, but overall, the second I come to her just to batten her or something, give her a compliment, she says, Ima, I got it. I'll do it myself. What do you do in that point?
Probably she feels that you're sending a message is incapable.
No, she's excited to do it on her own. She's very, very independent. She wants to do it on her own.
So try to brush the hair.
Yeah, that she comes to me to do it. That's beside point.
Without her coming to you, you can say, come, let me comb your hair, do something, so the child feel that Ima cares for me. Is not routine. That's how you show love in a very, very small details.
Rabbi, can you let a young child, pick out their own clothing to make it more exciting? Like they have a say in what they can wear?
A night before.
A night before, yes. Not to make it complicated, right?
Night before, here and there. Choose whatever you want. Girls, it's not a problem because when they go to normal school, they have uniform. What can they do? Boys, it's a problem. I want these pants, I want this shirt. When they come into high school, that's a penguin. Black outside, white over here, and Shalom על ישראל. Finito. נגמר. Ima taking the child to buy clothing. The child says, Ima, I like this one. Ima says, don't tell me what to buy. Or Ima buying something and she said to the child, you see the price? You see the price? See? I can feed everybody for 1 month. Appreciate it, please. The child couldn't care less בכלל. You can buy him clothing, you know where? Huh?
Cookies, Rabbi, you mentioned it, cookies.
Cookies or Carter's. I don't know what word is this. Not a brand name and not who knows what, but the colors that they like. Okay, good.
Can we buy it for them without mentioning the brand and not making a big deal out of it?
Don't make a big deal because then you're teaching him that if it's not Saint Laurent or if it's not Tommy Hilfiger, yeah.
Yeah, right.
So if it's not a Gucci,
like you said earlier, in school they learn it though. So my son, it's not like we wanted to buy him Nikes, but he says he prefers Nikes now because everybody makes a big deal in school for Nikes.
I have the same thing.
So you all have a job to do. If a child going to school, everybody come with a Nike, you cannot tell him now, we're not going to buy you. Because he will not be able to stand by the peer pressure. They're going to laugh at him. Kids are mean. Kids can be very mean. They laugh at you at your face.
Doesn't it depend on the child's confidence though?
Even you don't have this confidence.
I used to wear Payless in school. I used to rock them very well.
You used to. Those days are over.
Oh,
Different
those
times.
days are over.
Not the same generation as it was
No,
before.
not at all. My son goes to school in Great Neck, Rabbi. It's a fashion show.
It depends what school, I guess.
Fashion show
In Great Neck?
in Great Neck.
Neck, yeah.
Shem Yerachem.
It's a very good school, so we put him there for education, but it's a fashion show.
Education you can get everywhere.
When is the right time to get a phone for a child?
Ay. Now, Abraham Avinu, we learning from him that when the guests came, he ran and he prepared them and everything. That's Ima doing it every day. Ima, she's walking Abraham Avinu. But why the kids don't feel the love of Ima through the food? Because Ima cooks what she likes. And she's saying to the kids, you're gonna eat it. Now she started to giving them stories. You know, there are kids who don't have all this. Say thank you that you have it. Keep quiet. And the child, instead of feeling the love of his mother, this food become poison. Why doing it to a child? Why? Before they're going to school. Malka, Moishi, Hannah, Mordechai, what do you want me to cook for you today? Anyway, I'm cooking. What shall I cook for you? This one wants, this one wants, that one. Let's say they want two kinds of food. These two wants one kind of food. These two want a different kind of food. Okay. Ima will do it for you.
Rav, is it okay if you can't do it?
Coming home, he wants to see that Ima, and Ima comes and says, come, sweetheart, come, Hamudi, Rami did it for you. Especially for you, especially.
What if they're gonna ask for pizza every day? You're not gonna serve them pizza every day, right?
May I ask why not?
Because what about other like nutritious values that they need to get, like vitamins and other minerals, like the meat and the fish?
Do you know what I ate for 8 years?
Chocolate sandwich.
Schnitzel.
She said it.
Chocolate sandwich every day.
A chocolate sandwich every day. Am I okay?
Was it on a whole wheat bread, Rabbi?
No, it was white bread.
But Chaim, but there's a question. Let's say I have a neighbor, she has 5 kids. All 5 kids request different food. Like every child wants their own food. What does it mean? She has to do it the same food, different food for 5 kids?
Welcome to my mother's kitchen. Let's do that.
But Kvodara, really, realistically speaking, with a working mom that's trying to not be in the kitchen on the kids' time, realistically speaking, as much as I would love to cook 4 different meals for every single child, it's not humanly possible in my world.
I agree.
So I would like to be nice to everyone and then have the chocolate sandwiches backup. Like it just it is what it is.
Don't forget the main point. You want to show love to the kids through the food that you're giving them. They need it.
Right.
They need it. You know what? needs means.
No, I totally get that concept. Like, oh, I made your favorite whatever today. Schnitzel is the favorite. Okay. But one or two of the kids don't like it. So then I will not make a big deal. And I'll say, okay, you want a sandwich? You want a bowl of cereal? Like, I'm just not going to make a fuss. I'm going to give them what they like, but I'm not going to cook a
Let's say
separate
we have
meal.
4 or 5 kids. Each one wants a different food.
Right.
So you say,
How do you deal with
you know
that?
what? Every day I'll cook what each one of you like. Sunday I'll cook what he likes. Monday I cook what he likes. Maybe somebody will share with him. The rest, if you want cereal, cereal. If you want pizza, I'll order you pizza. Whatever you want. But don't fight for food. Don't fight. Don't make it a fight.
Oh, so it's okay to cook, like what I do is, let's say I have 4 kids. So I tell them to discuss among each other what they want. And let's say one day I do whatever they want. Second day I do whatever the second child wants. And that's how it goes. And then Friday
Very
it's already
good.
Shabbat. Is it okay to do that?
Very good.
Thank
Very
you, Rabbi.
good.
Rabbi,
Excellent.
the older kids can make something for the younger kids. I have my older boys help out and make something for my girls.
Very good. Good for the wives.
Yes, I trained them early.
Rabbi,
Very
how about
good.
getting a phone for the kids?
Huh?
Getting phone for the kids. The kids are among them, each other. They have cell phones. And
No.
one kid doesn't have a cell phone and feels left out. What do you do in this case?
How old is the kid?
14, 13, 14.
14, you buy a phone, a flip-flop.
Everybody's having iPhones today. And doesn't want a flip-flop.
Why does she need iPhone? Whom she talking to?
I don't know. WhatsApp, FaceTime. I don't know what they do these days.
So let me tell you something. There is something they call iMessage. I don't want it in my house. I told you what to do. In psychology, we call it iMessage.
Yeah, but it's different world in school. Kids are they kind of look at you as a left out or something. You know, then they're gonna feel kind of bad about themselves that, oh, I don't have something that you do, and you know, kind of lower their self-esteem.
So let me tell you something. Depends what school the child is going to.
Berchagolo.
Okay.
Today it's in any school, Rabbi. It doesn't matter what yeshiva.
No. I have my granddaughters, 17 years old. Only now, after I spoke to the mother, and we had a discussion, we bought a flip-flop phone. And she didn't say one word. She said 55 times, thank you.
Please mute your phones.
So she has a phone only to speak. That's all. No internet, no iPhones, no all this garbage. Depends what you're expecting from the child, what school you want to put them, what is the chinuch in the zeh. You see.
Yeshiva doesn't allow any phones.
We're sitting on the beach, naked, and we don't want to get burned.
Please mute
It's not
your-
going to happen.
yourself.
to
Ibrahim,
achieve what you want, and I hear that you want the right things. What a child, 14, 15, who she has to talk to? To boys? A friend she see all day long in school. What else there is to talk? But we're putting them in environment that is not match what I want to achieve. So I'm paying to defeat my purpose. I don't think it is that smart. So you have to decide. What do you want? You cannot get everything. You have to decide. This school, too religious. Okay. So don't complain. Don't complain. You don't want this, but you want a daughter to be Sarah Imenu. Will not happen. So be prepared. And you pray that the bangs will be as less as possible. It all depends what you're expecting from your child and what environment you're ready to put her in.
I think every parent would expect a child to go to school and educate themselves and hopefully be successful in it.
The best education you can get on the internet. I don't have to go to school. But on the internet, you cannot get no Irat Shamayim, no values. You parents, I hear from what you're saying, you're looking for values by your kids. You care for values, you care. But you don't know how to achieve it. There are places that they're going to evaluate you according to what car you're driving. If your house is in Kings Point, it has to be on the water. Yeah. How big it is. And if you're driving a Mercedes or Beamer or all kinds of names that I don't want to.
Maserati.
That's how they don't expect from your kids to be tzaddikim v'tzaddikot. It's not going to happen unless be'emet it's a miracle.
I think maybe it was like us growing up, being kids, now listening to our parents, and within time when we grew, kind of realized, became a parents ourselves, and realized how silly we were when we were in their age. Maybe is that what we should be waiting for? Till they grow up and wait till they realize their own mistakes?
Today the world is so filthy and contaminated. Even older people, married people failing. What do you want from teenagers?
How can we not make it worse?
Life calls for changes. Life call for changes. You have to change. Sometimes you have to change the place that you live. You have to change your lifestyle. We want to do what we want to do, not what's good for the kid. If I'll tell a mother, if you want your child, your daughter, you're dealing with daughters. So cover yourself up. She said, leave me out of it. So what's she expecting from the daughter? The daughter will tell her also, leave me out of it. I want to have a boyfriend. What are you going to tell her? It's אסור?
נחתן אותם וזהו.
This is not going to fix any problems. Actually, it will make even more problems.
You can't even say there's time for everything, and this is not the time.
Do you care for your kids? Do you love your kids?
Yeah, but there's how should I?
What?
There's a limit to our love, to any love. I mean, like there's so much you could give. You cannot like jump over yourself, no? You only can do so much.
If somebody wants to hurt your child, don't you jump first to protect your child?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like you only can do so much. Yes, you're gonna
You're
jump.
ready to give your life for your child.
Yes, but
I'm not asking you to do this. I didn't say do it. You get out from your comfortable zone. Even this we don't want to do. Why are we keep circling? That's a problem. Okay, you know.
Right, but also for the love, it's a limit. You cannot love unlimited. It should be everything betam tov.
So what do you want from your husband? They have a limit. They're not. He said, I say hi to you. That's my limit. That's how much I love you. Hi.
Yeah, husband, it's not a child, Rabbi. I cannot fix the problem with my husband, but my kids, we the one that give chinuch. We the husband and wife not to give chinuch to each other.
We're the one to in charge.
We have to
and
build
then how to
our
love.
relationship like.
Where do they learn how to love? From the movies?
Yeah, but it's different type of love, Rabbi, between
No.
husband and wife and kids.
Husband and wife, the child.
Totally different love. I mean, it's totally different meaning. But yeah, we build that with our kids, but not when like husband and wife. It's totally different.
When we're doing small things for our kids, they'll understand later on to do small things unexpected for their wives. That they know how to love.
Right. It comes with the age, Rabbi. I cannot teach a child, 5 years old, love like between older, like adult love. It's totally different. It goes by age.
If you wait until they're gonna get older, it's not gonna happen. It's starting from a very, very young age. You're laying the foundation for the child. What does it mean, love?
Yeah, of course, but it's gonna be different level. I mean, it goes.
A child is a child, adult is adult, but it's starting somewhere. It's starting when he's a child, not when he's adult.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. But with the adult, with the husband, it's different love than with the kids. It's not the same level.
You know, the Chafetz Chaim was 90 years old. Before his households, everybody, the grandchildren, they came upstairs to sleep. He goes from room to room to see that the rooms are hot enough. 90 years old, have to go on the stairs to check the rooms. And who said it? The grandchild. She wrote a book. She said, I remember my grandpa was 90 years old. He cared for us so much love. He went from a room to see it's not cold. Even these small things, a child can remember it forever. Kids need warmth, not faces, warm and love. You know, many times I'm saying to parents, don't send your kid to this and this yeshiva. Why? They're not warm. Everything there is like
a factory.
Like a factory. A child needs to feel that his Rebbe care for him, the principal care for him, somebody to do like this. They feel good. They feel at home. That's what a child needs. More than anything else. We'll continue tomorrow. I have a lot to say. Small things that can create either worlds or can create a monster. So I never knew that it will take such a long time that we have to be on the Zoom. So you actually, I think you're milking me kara for all the knowledge that I have for years and years and years. You know, what I used to do in closed doors, now I have to do it in public. Okay.
We're so
Hashem
lucky.
should bless you, Rabbi Chaim. He should give you lots of koach.
Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
So something good came out of the corona.
You became addicted, Rabbi. Addicted. You become narcotic.
Yeah,
we got spoiled, Rabbi. We got spoiled. Too much love, Rabbi.
You are our antibiotic now.
Yeah.
We got used to it.
You're the vaccine, Rabbi.
I just heard a voice, David Mulakandov. Are you here?
Every day, Rabbi.
How come I don't hear you?
I'm kind of quiet guy. I'm listening more.
Okay. Good. I thought already that you gave up on me.
Never, Rabbi, never.
Okay. Okay, guys.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you,
night.
Rabbi. Thank you, Rabbi.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Rabbi.
Tomorrow at 9 o'clock, if you want to hear. If not, so tomorrow night at 9 o'clock.
Thank you
Rabbi,
so much.
how's your wife?
My wife is okay. Baruch Hashem.
How are you feeling, Rabbi?
Me? Always good.
Baruch Hashem.
Till 120, Rabbi Chaim.
Always good. No matter what it is, it's good. Always good. Keep smiling. Keep smiling.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Don't be stiff.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good night, Rabbi. Thank you so much, Rabbi.
Bye.
Bye.